Good afternoon, and welcome to another exciting episode of Groovy Van Picker. I did my normal rounds today, but Goodwill and Savers were a flop. So I got some video, but I'm not even going to show it. It is boring. So I did make a couple extra stops today. I did go to the Salvation Army as well as the Salvation Army outlet store, which is basically Salvation Army's version of Goodwill troughs. And the stuff that Salvation Army can't or won't sell in their main stores, that is their last stop before they go off to the dump. So come on and join our adventure. Alright, I'm going to try the Salvation Army and see what kind of overpriced junk they got.
Now they're hitting credit card on this receipt.
$50 for Disneyland matches. Which means those are like their crack pipe. Are those even legal to sell? Eminently logical. Here's something that might be worth something. Glass top key typewriter. It's at $20. And it's been here since November. So, let me take a look. Those glass top keys sell on eBay very easily. You have a couple of sets on here, 35. Had one for 37. I don't think so. Looks like somebody dropped a crack pipe. This place right here is the Salvation Army, the last stop before it goes to the dump. I'll take a look. Tires. This here is kind of like Salvation Army's version of the Goodwill troughs. They don't charge by the pound for a lot of stuff except clothes, but it is discounted. They do sell clothes for 65 cents a pound. I don't mess with clothes. a little crouton. They'll probably look good in my van for a bit. CB radio. I already have a couple, and unless they're sideband, they're difficult to sell. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed my little excursion to the Salvation Army stores. I did find a couple of things. Number one, I did get that typewriter. Just for the keys. I did get something else I'll show you in a second. I didn't get it on film because I saw it on the way out the door, and I'm like, this is pretty groovy, so I'll grab it. But anywho, about the typewriter. You're probably wondering why I bought that thing, okay? Thing's big, heavy, bulky, and useless. Well, there's a reason behind it. And that is the typewriter keys sell, okay? The typewriter keys, now it has to be a certain kind of typewriter key. Not just any old humdrum typewriter key out of your, mom's 1970 something. No. This has to be the one with the glass top, or it looks like the glass top keys. And they're on really old typewriters. People take those and make like steampunk jewelry and whatnot out of them. So yeah, I would not sell that whole typewriter as a whole on eBay, because shipping that thing would cost a small fortune. Even shipping it to California would set me back quite a few bucks, and God forbid if I had to send it to tumbleweeds. Send it to New York. It's kind of windy out today. That would put somebody in the poorhouse, because that thing weighs about 30 pounds. I swear. So what I do anytime I get those kind of typewriters for cheap, and it wasn't $19, even though the price tag said it, but notice the little 11 on there. That means it's been sitting there since November. So that means it was about 30% off. Therefore, I got the thing for about $15 including tax. Okay. So those typewriter keys sell. Right now the market's kind of soft for them. But I see them all the time for actually selling for about $35, between $30 and $35. Okay, so that is not a bad investment. Like I said, I would have not have spent 2 cents on that typewriter just to get $35 out of it, because the shipping fees and the increased eBay fees alone would kill me. And so, therefore, that's why I bought them, that typewriter. You ever see those? They're older Royal and other typewriter companies with that kind of key. It doesn't have to be the headstone kind of like this. It could be little round ones too. Okay, if you can see one of the cheap for less than $20, I suggest you snatch it up, grab a pair of pliers, and carefully, don't scuff the keys up, but carefully remove them. Put those keys on eBay, and you should get about probably $30 or $40 out of those keys. Not a bad investment. And you can ship those keys in a little, small flat rate box, or even put it in a box and put it in a small flat rate envelope. It should be pretty reasonable. Now, the other thing that I purchased, which I don't know why, is this thing. It is an old, I think, like a tape recorder. Now, these don't have a whole lot of high comps on eBay. This one here, at one point, Salvation Army was trying to get like 16 bucks out of it. But since it was at the outlet, I got it for $5. And it's just a nifty little swap meet item. I could probably get 10 bucks for it or something. I'm going to put a $15 price tag on it. First $10 bill takes it out the door. If not, it's something that's interesting for people to look at the swap meet. At the swap meet, you want it to be interesting. Okay? You don't want it to be just humdrum. You go to the swap meet nowadays, you see all the same stuff. You got the knife guy, you got the tube sock guy, you got the guy who's selling, the Tom Bosley infomercial stuff, that kind of, the old, you'd have to be in your 30s to get that reference. Not the hair stuff, but years ago, Tom Bosley did, the guy who played Mr. Cunningham on Happy Days, he did infomercials on these make money from home kits. You can order these kits and you get these little cheap toolboxes or little tchotchkes. So anyway, you go to the swap meet, you see a whole bunch of that garbage. And it all looks the same. So I learned you want your booth to stand out. Okay? I have a couple of antique gas station signs in mind. I never sell them. But people see that. And they think, oh, he must have some interesting stuff in there. And they come in. And they buy, my little $3 to $5 tchotchkes and whatnot. But that's the thing. And another thing I learned about swap meets that you got to do, if you're selling it the same one every week, bring different stuff and make it look a little different. Or if you have a flea market booth in one of those antique malls or flea market malls that they have, move your stuff around. One place I had a booth on both sides of the aisle, small ones. I moved stuff from one side to the other just to make it all look fresh. And that way people don't walk on by and say, hey, I saw all the same crap last week. Especially in a small market like this. If you're traveling from place to place, different swap meets, you can bring the same stuff. If you have such a small market, yeah, you want to make it look fresh every week. But, oh yeah. That is what I've got today. And like I said, I'm not going to show you the video of Savers and blah. It's boring. You've seen the same crap last week. A couple days ago. So, alright. Late.